What is going on, guys? This is Johnny of Ashwinter on YouTube, and welcome back to another video in the Android Studio app development tutorials. And I'm really sorry that I haven't really been uploading anything at all for about 3 weeks. That was just because I wasn't at home for 3 weeks. So I'm sorry, guys, but now I'm back. Again, sorry for my absence, but I will be able to upload more videos now because I'm going to be staying at home now for quite a while. Okay, so we're going to continue with our contact manager, I guess. Yes, our contact manager. And when we left off, we were actually at this contact listed app. Then we just created our constructor here, and I haven't really been programming all that much. Yeah. Okay, so what we actually want to do, we are going to need to create a function to actually get our view, and we are going to need to return an element in the array list. So we're basically gonna need to create one view which is gonna have all the text views and all that stuff in that view. Okay, that might be a little confusing, but you can just imagine this as kind of adding an event, as adding an element to our list. So this is going to be a custom element, which is right here. If we're going to load the layout here, so we're going to have our item right here, as you can see, and this is exactly what we're going to add. So we're going to add this as one item of our list. So this is not going to be our complete list. This is just going to be one item, and this is exactly what we're going to add in the code right here. Alright, so this is actually part of this class right here. So this is this function already exists, so you actually have to override it. So the function is called getView, and this is actually going to return a view. So we're just going to do public view, getView, and then we're going to need to pass through some parameters. So this first one is going to be the position. Then we're going to actually have the view. So this is just going to be called, I think I'm just going to call it view right now. And then we're going to have a view group, which is basically just going to be the parent of our group. So hold on, I'm just going to quickly import this. Oh, Alt. Okay. Alt hit enter. And I think I did not hit enter. Did I? Okay, I did. Okay, and then just going to call this parent. Alright. So now, just going to put some parentheses here. Curly braces actually, but okay. So as you can obviously see right here, we have to return a view. Now, before we actually do this, we're gonna need to check some things. So we're gonna see if the view which it actually gets is already inflated by the menu, by the layout. So we are gonna do if view is equal to null. Then we're gonna do. Oh, actually, we can put this here because this does not need curly braces. So we can just do view equals to get layout inflator dot inflate, and now we're gonna do r dot layout dot, and now this is basically just gonna be our list view item right here, and then we have to pass through the parent, and also this is a boolean right here that is just gonna say false. So this is going to be fine for now. So I'm just quickly going to explain this to you. So if the view is equal to null, then it says that there's basically not an instance of this or whatever. So we actually have to get the layout inflator and inflate it, inflate this view. And once we're done with that, we are just, it's just going to pass through all the parameters. So it basically, the view is not null anymore, which is just what we want because we actually need this. So now we are going to need to create a contact. So we're just going to do contact, and I'm just going to go ahead and call this current contact right here. And then we're just going to do contacts. I think it's contacts, yeah, that was the list. So contacts.get, and now we actually have to pass through the position. So we're just going to do position. Or we could also have called this pose, but I think it's going to be fine. Okay. So now we are actually going to need all the elements which are in our item right here, and we're just going to need to assign some text and all this to that. So the first thing we have in there is actually text view, and I'm just going to call this. Okay, let's just import this. Let's see. So this is kind of the contact name. So we're just going to do name, and then we're just going to do the find view by ID thing, which we've done for like so many things. So I'm just gonna do it right now, but now this is actually gonna be quite different because we actually have to use view dot find view by ID. So this is the difference here. So we're just going to do r.id, and then I think contact name should be here. Okay, so now we got our contact name, and now once we're done with that, we're actually going to need to set the text. And we actually created this contact class right here, and this is where all of our getters are going to be coming in quite handy. So we are just going to use all of these. So to do that, we're just going to do name dot set text, and now we can just pass through the current contact. Oh, my bad. Oh, damn it. Current contact. Why aren't you doing anything whatsoever? Okay. And then we're just going to do get name, and this is already about it. So now we're just going to set the text to the current contact, and we're just going to set the text here. Okay, so this is how that works, and now I'm just going to do this for all of the other text views right here. So, yeah, I'm just going to fast forward this, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so this is already about it right here. And by the way, guys, I'm actually going to be updating this whole tutorial series. No, actually not updating, but I'm gonna basically add some stuff in future tutorials. So we are going to add an image to the contact and all this stuff, and we are even going to talk about data storage options. But for now, we're just gonna make this basic app. I just want to finish it, and then we're gonna get into some of the advanced stuff. Alright, so now we created all of our view right here, and we set all the text on the view, and all that stuff is really done right here. So now all we have to do is we have to return that view. So we just going to do return view. Simple as that. So now we just edited all of view, and now finally we just going to return it. Okay, so this is actually about it for this contact list adapter. But now what we actually have to do, we have to populate the whole list view and all that. So this is going to be quite a difficult process, but before we actually gonna get into populating this whole list view, we first need to populate the list we have. So basically just a contact list right here. So to do that, we're gonna need to create another void, and I'm just gonna need to come up with a name. Oh, actually this is outside of the class, or is it? I don't know. This is the class. Okay, I think it's not. Okay, it isn't. Okay, so now we are just gonna need to create a void, and I'm just gonna make this private right here. So it's just gonna be private void populate. We're just gonna do add contacts. That's gonna be what it is. And now we are just gonna need to change this thing a little bit, because we have to add the contacts, but we're gonna do all of this manually. So whenever this button right here is clicked, we're gonna need to add the contact. So we're gonna need to pass through some parameters. So to do that, well, you see, that's cool. We could do all of this in here, but I'm actually gonna keep this as a separate void, because it's gonna make this a little more organized. And I'm just gonna call this add contact. And now let's see, what do I have up here? I'm sorry, because I haven't really been working on this project for quite a while. So when it's clicked, we're gonna get all of the text views, and we're just gonna need to read all of the inputs and create this contact. So now we actually need this whatever we have right here, so we're gonna need all of this. So we can just take this, copy this, because this is exactly what we're gonna need. Those are the parameters we will need for sure. So we're just gonna copy and paste them in here, and now what we can do, we can just do contacts dot add, and now, oh shit, I'm sorry. Now we can just do new contact. And now we're gonna need to pass through all of these parameters. So we're just gonna do name, phone, email, and address. So this is exactly what we're going to do, and now we basically just added our contact right here. So now we are pretty much done with that. We are going to need to get our list view done, and this is going to be a little harder than before. So this is really going to take quite some time, but before we get to this, I think I'm just going to add this right here, the contact. So I'm just going to do the onClick event, and we're just going to do add contact. Is this even the button? Okay, I think it is. Okay, so we're just going to do add contact, and now we are going to go up here to the name txt stuff and all this. So we're just going to pass through the name, so name txt dot get text. Then we're going to do phone txt dot get text, and we're going to do email txt, and so on. So I'll be back in a second. Okay. So now you're going to see that this throws a couple of errors, or actually just one error for each one of these parameters. So now we actually have to put toString because this returns an editable. So I'm going to do this for all of the parameters, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, so now you can actually see that we are pretty much done with this. So a contact has been added, and now I'm just going to make a message. So we're just going to do the same thing we did before. So toast makes. Okay, so we're just gonna need to put get application. Alright, okay, this is lowercase, I'm sorry. So just get application context, and then we're just gonna need to put the text. So just as a character sequence, so basically a string. And we're gonna do name txt. Oh, sorry. Name txt dot get text dot toString, and then plus has been added to your contacts. And we're just going to do an exclamation mark, and now we're just going to need to put the duration. So I'm just going to do length short, and then just dot show, and dot show, and we're done. Okay, so this is already about it right here. So this is it for the tutorial. Now I'm just going to show you how this project looks right now. Okay, so now you can see the contact creator. So now we can just type in, as an example, I'm just going to do my name, Johnny, and now we're just going to put some random number in here. Then the email, I'm just going to use the introcode one, introcode.org, and then my just address, it's the Dinkelton Street, Dinkelton, okay, Dinkelton Street 4. Okay, and now we can just add the contact, and now it's going to say Johnny has been added to your contact. Now, as I said, this list is actually not going to show all the contacts yet, but we're going to do this in the next tutorial, and the next tutorial is going to be uploaded pretty soon, so you guys don't actually have to wait that long for this. So, as I said, I'm back, guys, and I'm even going to start up another series pretty soon, so for everyone who's interested in game development, you will really like the series. Okay, guys, so thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next tutorial, and much peace.